Welcome back to Triple Scoop, and for this segment, we are going to be talking about the hottest show to come out in recent memory, Loki. I'm joined by Harris, Anthony, and Ed. Guys, what did you guys think of the show?
The show was amazing. They went through a whole lot of different perspectives and viewpoints that I didn't expect Marvel to quite approach just yet, including the multiverse. So.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that, it really dived deep into the Loki character in terms of, he has an emotional side that, we started to see slightly in Ragnarok, Infinity War, but this show really kind of brought that out and showed you that other side, that he was always like this, because this was the Loki from 2012 that, kind of broke the TVA's rules when he took the Tesseract. So, it was good to see that it was always in him, and it wasn't something that he just slightly learned. It kind of showed that he was always this sensitive guy who just was trying to intimidate people so people would like him. Anthony, what'd you think?
Yeah, the show actually gives Loki a character arc, unlike he had in many of the other movies. It was just, he's kind of a jerk, but he has a heart of gold, kind of, but not really. And then, boom, he's dead. Oh, wait, but he's alive. This actually gives Loki something to, search for and find out about himself, which is he's figuring out how to love himself, which was displayed through his relationship with, I forget
Sylvie?
her name. Sylvie, yes.
Which is pretty much loving himself in a
Yeah,
sense.
exactly. So through him learning to love Sylvie, he eventually loved himself, and I think that's an actual good way to dive into the character of Loki. And that's honestly something that I really like about all the Marvel shows so far. It's that it's actually giving you time to care about all the side characters who you really didn't care about through the MCU.
Nice.
I thought the show was actually fantastic. Definitely my favorite of the new shows to come out of Disney Plus so far with all the new Marvel shows. I thought that Tom Hiddleston did another fantastic job as Loki. And I thought that his character development was so crazy in this, about how from episode 1 to 6, he's the Loki from the Avengers movie. By episode 6, completely different Loki, totally different person. I loved all the callbacks to Marvel Comics in this show, and I just thought it was fantastic. Loved how they set up for Phase 4, too.
That's a perfect segue, because the best part of this show, I would say, was the shock ending in terms of Kang the Conqueror, He Who Remains, which we all know is, it could be Nathaniel Richards, or they could twist the character a little bit, but
It's Kang.
yeah, it's Kang. It's Kang. But it was crazy to think, because throughout this entire series, this was the new Mephisto. Oh, Kang the Conqueror is going to be in this show. It's going to be Kang the Conqueror. He's the villain. With WandaVision, and it's Mephisto, but it was never Mephisto. But what happens at the end of this show, really sets up the future of Marvel, Marvel TV and Marvel movies, when Sylvie breaks the multiverse by killing He Who Remains.
I really don't think that we're going to see Kang again until Loki Season 2, and if I'm going to be completely honest, because if I'm not mistaken, there is a lot going on in MCU right now with opening the doors to the multiverse. It's about to get weird, but in that same way, it's going to get really good and interesting and actually, do stuff different other than just, hey, we're just a Marvel movie, here you go, and it's they're entertaining, but it's not really, for the most part, they're not really anything special. But I think Loki is one of the exceptions to that rule. But I definitely think you're not going to get a direct, anyone directly addressing Kang or anything in Loki until Loki Season 2, because I think it takes place mostly outside of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, they're already kind of diving into the multiverse a little bit with What If, Marvel's first animated series, which is, it's almost over. It's very good, and it's showing, many different multiversal, possibilities. What if this happened? What if that happened? And I mean...
And we're also getting Spider-Man No Way Home.
I was just about to touch on Spider-Man. You see Alfred Molina.
Definitely the pumpkin bomb from Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, as well as all the rumors of Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, as well as some set leaks that are kind of questionable. But yeah, Loki is definitely, like I said before, it's gonna be separate, but a lot of the events are gonna be happening at around the same time. Like there might be subtle hints to it, but I don't think anything direct.
Sounds
So-
like
Oh,
I was
go.
gonna say it sounds like Marvel's really listening to the fans because I mean I feel like all of us as fans we want to see more of what goes on in the comics portrayed in movies and in film and TV. So I feel like I'm glad to actually be able to witness that all these different realities coming together so that we can watch them and enjoy them.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like the fact that for the new Spider-Man movie that they're bringing back Alfred Molina and Willem Dafoe, possibly even the guy who played the Lizard in the
Yes.
Amazing Spider-Man, bringing back Jamie
Jamie,
Foxx as
yep.
Electro. If they bring back Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, I can't wait to see the videos of the movie theater reactions of that
Yes.
happening,
I can't
because
wait to go to the
it
movie
always
theaters.
gets crazy. Yeah, going to the movie theaters for those movies is great too because it's like going to a live event.
Exactly.
No, absolutely. But my question is, where do we think Kang, I know you said you think it's going to be season 2. Where do we expect to see Kang in the future of the MCU?
Personally, I think that they're going to give us a bunch of different versions of Kang. I think the guy, I don't know the name of the actor, but I believe
Jonathan Majors?
Jonathan
Yeah.
Majors, he's going to have to put on a crazy performance of portraying one character, but different versions of that character. And I think that's what they're going to do. It'd make a whole lot of sense from the comics.
So where do you see him coming back first? As any iteration of Jonathan Majors' character?
Well, there were, I mean, just like every multiverse, there's good iterations and bad iterations. Some of them really, really bad, and that their whole intent is just to take down as many multiverses and control them and have them under their warp. Or it's going to be someone that's trying to help them and who's trying to, end the tyranny of the multiverse of like the single verse. So.
I believe that the next time we're going to see Kang is like all throughout the MCU movies in these post-credit scenes. So kind of like the way they did with Thanos, where they built to him for about 10 years
Yeah.
with these post-credit scenes that hinted at him sometimes a little bit more. I think that that's going to happen until the next major Avengers movie where they're eventually going to bring him in as what I think he's going to be the main villain of at least this phase, because through their promotional material, it seems like they've kind of been building to that for a long time, even
Yeah.
before like the Infinity War.
So to wrap it up, I think that he's already casted in Ant-Man Quantumania.
Yeah.
In what regards, he's playing Kang the Conqueror, but how much we're actually going to see of him, I'm not sure because, I mean, Ant-Man versus Kang the Conqueror, it's kind of a no-brainer in
Yes.
terms of Kang is going to destroy him. But, I see his story arc, I see him as a Thanos-level character, but I don't think they're going to stretch it out for 10 years like they did with Thanos. I think they're going to wrap up the Kang the Conqueror story in the Fantastic Four movie that they're going to, come out with in a couple of years, who knows when. And that's when they're going to introduce Galactus, and he's going to be, the next
big bad. Okay.
big bad like Thanos is. But that's going to do it here for the TV segment on Triple Scoop. Stay tuned for more.